somewhat, alter their mindsets of it.
Yeah. I'm just going to put this on for like a couple seconds. Then I'll take it back off. 'Cause I don't think anybody could hear me.
Oh, no.
No.
No, I can't.
No. I can't see shit either.
I don't know, something's wrong with the electronics in it then.
Do what?
Your electronics are out. This last episode was actually pretty good.
I think I've seen 2 or 3 episodes of the new season. Can't really remember. Oh, baby Grogu.
Grogu. He's gonna be a beast if he becomes a Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah.
Where's my notes at? There it is.
Alright.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm going to do a cue cut for when I need to start. Ugh.
I don't know the talk.
Do what?
I can hear you through these headphones. you're bassy, but I can hear you.
It's very echoey. You want to do the introduction?
I can't remember it.
Welcome to Creator's Dementia.
Okay, yeah. I got you now.
Then I'll put on my headphones in there.
Okay. It's hard not to do it after somebody else does it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you... Oh, is it recording now?
Oh yeah, everything's going.
Oh.
Yeah.
Peace.
Figured I'd do bloopers and behind the scenes stuff too.
I just wondered you hadn't got me racking up in my nose or something like that. Alright, welcome to Creator's Dementia. As you can see, we have got a special guest today. Mando, the Mandalorian.
I can't take off my helmet. It's against my way. So you guys are screwed now.
Well, and all the questions today is going to be based around actually what he's portraying, cosplay today.
Okay. Now it's got to come off. I don't think I can do that with the helmet on the entire time. Whew. So, before we get to the... I'll just put it down here. Let's put it there. So might just set it on top of my P4 tray.
Oh, I forgot to mention Grogu's also here.
Oh, Grogu. All right. Let me get situated here. This takes a lot of effort. I get my glasses behind my ear. All right. Move the microphone a little bit. Okay, that might work. There we go.
There you go.
All right. So, as Alan said, welcome to Creator's Dementia. My armor's too tight on my forearm, so I can't. Okay. Yeah, and the topic of today is cosplay. But before we get to the topic at hand, I know for the last couple episodes, I haven't really done any life updates that I usually do when it was just me, but now I have a partner. And also, if you notice, this is season 4. New logo, too. Yeah, that his daughter created.
That would be Allison Gray's.
Yes, she is magnificent.
Yeah.
All of his daughters are so stinking talented, it's ridiculous.
They get it from me.
They get it from him.
They get the looks from their mama, but they get the creativity from me.
Is it the Fable looks?
It is. You know, you can only get so much after I named it like that.
Call back. But yes, so I hope you like the new logo. I'm probably going to keep the music the same because it's short and sweet, so it's not too bad. But so, like I said, we're going to do an update on what's going on with our lives. But right before we get to that, I do want to say I hope everyone in Arkansas, Indiana, Illinois, and parts of Kentucky were safe last night. I actually was awake till 2 o'clock in the morning, CST, watching the weather because I am actually a certified weather spotter, and I kept keeping my community up to date to all the nasty storms that were rolling through. And just like what happened last Friday to Rolling Fork, Mississippi, I know that town got devastated, and I hope and pray that everybody is okay and surviving, and my thoughts and prayers go out to each person that was affected.
Yes.
I know it's not easy, and I know it was terrifying and frightening. It was scary just watching it on my radar. So I just hope that everybody's okay and everybody's building their lives back up to where it needs to be. But yes, Alan, what has been going on with you since the last time we recorded?
Oh, wow. Work.
So much.
So much. I mean, basically, we got a big life change coming up. All three of the girls are graduating. Allie's graduating from college, Savannah School of Arts and Design, and Aubrey and Avery, they're twins, they're graduating high school. So I would almost have a good accurate guess that this fall we're going to have an empty nest. So
alone time.
yeah, I mean, it's, that's a whole different story right there. But other than that, it's just same stuff. We've been talking a little bit back and forth on doing this podcast, just getting ready to start taking notes now, making an outline. I'll say that for my new book.
Yes.
But the only thing I have is that it's the Broken Battery Chronicles Volume 2 with Sebastian in it.
Yes.
That's it.
And that's all I know about it too, for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, we just before we even started, we just kind of brainstorming off of it and starting to get a little bit more accurate when it comes to making my knives and my swords and things.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I still have the sword you made for me in my office.
So we'll maybe in another year we'll update that one.
It's a pretty cool sword, though.
Yeah. Upgrade.
Alan is slowly and very expertly becoming a blacksmith.
I wouldn't label myself as a blacksmith.
You are apocalyptic blacksmith. When
Well,
the apocalypse happens, you're going to be at a trading post.
If you can look at it this way, if we can partner up with somebody that has chickens,
Right.
we'll have chicken meat, we'll have eggs, and we'll have knives. So we'll be set up for the apocalypse.
Right. We need to find a place near either a creek or a river, so that way we can have hydro-powered electricity as well as fresh water with filters.
Yeah.
I've thought about this.
Yeah. Cumberland River's not far away.
You're
It's got a lot of
damn
springs.
right. And there's a cabin down there that's still not sold, so we'll just go hunker down in it.
Don't forget about that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree.
Only problem is if that dam breaks and all that's going to be flooded.
It'd be years.
Yeah.
Overgrowth.
Yeah.
It's a natural dam anyway.
We'll probably all fade away before that happens anyways. So
Yeah.
we'll just get to float with the river like on it. Everybody floats down here. Oh.
We also had a question.
We did. We had an amazing question. It is from Brianna Johnson, and fun fact, she was actually my beta reader for Legion's Dawn. She is a avid reader of almost all my books, and she is also a big fan of Alan's as well as mine.
See, when I ran into her the other morning, or realized who that was, I did not ask about my book. I seen them sitting there on the table, on the nightstand,
Yeah.
or I'll say table because it wasn't a nightstand. And I seen your book, and that's how it broke the ice. I said, "How do you like Bradley's book?"
Yeah.
Didn't mention nothing about the other ones that I'd seen there, but I was like, I seen that out there in public.
She had both our books.
Yeah.
Sitting there.
Of course, they go together too. So
Of course, yes. I don't know if I got a sneeze or if there's just something stuck in my nose, but it's tickling. Oh, blah. That's my phone. I got it on vibrate, but yet it's still gonna vibrate the table, so I'm gonna put it on the chair.
That sounds like Grogu's motorcycle. Or he's got gas.
He's got gas. That's Grogu farting.
The force.
The butt force.
The butt force.
But yes, the question. I sent out during the week video asking people, if they kind of like how I do on here, if you have any questions, comments, want topics discussed, you email us at creatorsdementia@gmail.com. And Brianna actually did so. I created a clapper video, TikTok video, Facebook reel, all that stuff to advertise that. And a lot of people did respond. There wasn't many questions, but it was more like, hey, if you get the chance, love to come on and talk about this stuff and that stuff. So once I figure out how to screen record on my computer and not catch my voice, but they can still hear me, but we can catch their voice while mine and Alan's voice is recorded on the P4 here, I'll do that. But right now that's going to take some research. But the question, Brianna Johnson asks, let me get my notebook up here. How does the way the characters see themselves differ from the ways others see them? I really want to know your guys' opinion on this. Sorry for being nerdy. Be nerdy all you want.
It's Creators Dementia, and our topic for today is cosplay.
Yes.
So,
That's why I'm all decked out.
Being nerdy is a compliment anyway.
It is.
It is.
If I get called weird or nerd, I'm perfect. Because I usually get called both by my wife. So it's okay.
Yours is nice.
Right.
No, I'm just joking. You want to start first, or you want me to?
Let's see here. All right, so I wrote half the answer down because, like I was telling Alan before we got started, I wrote half the answer because then I could probably carry it on from there. And funny note was, me and him saw the question differently in the beginning, and I'm glad we discussed what the question actually was, or otherwise I would have had it completely wrong. So, kudos to Alan for that one.
Maybe.
I am exhausted. When Reaper began, he saw himself as a second in command to, basically lead Lucifer's army. He was cocky, he was boastful, he believed nothing could actually touch him. Is that a cord on me? That is a cord on me. Oh, that's my headphone cord. My God. Well, it was like over my shoulder, and I'm like, what is going on? Okay. I'm done for the day. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. No.
Get you another drink.
Yes. I don't stay up till 2 a.m. anymore. But I did that with weather watching last night.
Yep.
Okay, yes, the cord is on my shoulder. Forgive me. But yes, back to the question. Elias, which is Reaper's, they're all brothers and sisters, of course, because, they were the first angels created by God. But Elias is like his little brother, no matter what. But Elias saw him as a mentor. Locke, which is another one of the fallen angels, that's a complete douche. Locke saw him as a kiss ass because everything he done was at Lucifer's command and beckoning. So it was always, oh, so you're going to do that, just because Lucifer says so, even though Locke's basically the same way, but he was just jealous. But when Evelyn first met Reaper, she saw him as an abomination and a threat to everyone.
It's neat that you said that, because in my book, Evelyn's one of the characters that I'd used in Broken Dagger series.
She's a beast.
And, oh yeah, even then, what little I could flesh her out without taking too much. But she says the same thing in my book about Sebastian.
Mm-hmm.
There's a statement she makes in there is that, what are you? Hellspawn? You're an abomination. But
yeah.
Not quite. You're different. But
yeah.
she referred to him basically the same way. Mm-hmm. And I think that's neat. When you was reading that, I was like,
yeah,
that nailed that. That is so.
If you notice, like, if any of y'all want to see like the Pinterest picture I went off of with Evelyn, just let us know. But of course, Evelyn, she with her getup, she also reminded me of like kind of like a New Orleans voodoo witch as well. Yeah. But you know, in all honesty, it seems like Evelyn's a bit of a racist. Like not a full blown not neo-Nazi racist, but like judge a book by their cover racist, I should say.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, she the way I had her in my book, I don't, from what little definition you had, and this goes with part of the answer too on my side, is that Evelyn, when she first sees Sebastian, even when she first sees Nikolai, she doesn't automatically see if there's good in them. Mm-hmm. The first thing she locks onto is the evil that they are, that's built within them. Yep. And that's what she sees as far as my character. Of course, my books aren't as fleshed out as his, but what she sees is the first thing that she looks for is the negative part of it, because she is, as far as Salem, she is a protector at that time. So she's looking to protect from the bad, the evil, and that's what she sees. But she's like with Sebastian, she's caught off guard, just a little bit, because there's a curiosity there. But I didn't mean to take it away from you.
No, you're good, because that's really true. Evelyn is, like I said, she can go in full blown beast mode, and she is like, I was very proud of that character, but she literally is the type that will look at you. If she doesn't know you, she will judge by the way your past actions were, as well as by the way you look. But to give her credit, she is learning to change. It just taken her a little bit of time. But yeah, so like I said, when Evelyn first met Reaper, she saw him as an abomination and threat to everyone, which I can say that because of the way they met. And of course, that doesn't change much until the book further progresses, as the story progresses. But now, like, where the book is, how the first one ended, Reaper sees himself, without giving too much away, not worthy, but wanting to figure out a way to get his soul back. Like, he's not... Ow! That's a finger. He doesn't lose his actual soul. It's like the presence of a soul. So he sees himself as not worthy and trying to figure out a way to be what God created him to be in the first place. And Faith kind of saw that when he first appeared to her. Quill was on the precipice with Evelyn's decision. Alan was kind of in the middle. And Elias still always will see him as a mentor, because Reaper is Elias's protector from his brothers, his sisters, as well as anything that tries to come near him to harm him. So, like, the perception of my main character that was mostly focused on kind of changes throughout the story. And now with this new one, because I was at work and I got the bright idea of how to start it and what the goal is, and possibly not where it's going to end yet, but where it's going to be taken. Something dramatic is about to change, and it's probably going to break my heart as well as the reader's heart if they are as invested in this story as I am. Like, I'm afraid to write it, but I know it's got to happen. But yeah, that's my answer.
Just as a follow-up to it, like I said, my book it's an hour's read, and it's a trilogy. It's planned to be a trilogy. So I can't say a whole lot, because we kind of drop in on Sebastian already into his self. I guess he's already came into himself as a hunter. Yep. But what he starts discovering in the first book, it's not one of them massive events where you just snap and all of a sudden you're like, hey, this is not me. This is,
Right.
that's not what I want it, because I want it to be a subtle growth.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that as he goes through this, that way he sees himself as trying to prove, because he's different.
Yeah.
You know, he's not as like Reaper and Elias and Locke is full angels. He's something else. He's like a half breed of some sort, and he just doesn't know it. He's not human by any means, but he's not a full-fledged angel. He's not a demon. Which, if you'll read the first book, you'll notice that Evelyn kind of alludes to. She says you're something else.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that with these little things that happen throughout these books, these little visions that he has, he starts to realize that the people around him, the demons and everything around him, not only see him as just a bounty hunter, just a low level, mid-level demon, I guess you could say, but they start to see him as a threat, as somebody who can, with the right setting, can really make massive changes to this world that he's in right now.
Yeah.
And the way the other ones see him, and you'll notice, Locke makes fun of him.
Yeah.
Thinks that, like a little thing he can throw it like a gnat.
Like I said, Locke's a douche.
Yeah. And at the end of the book, one of Bradley's bigger characters, main characters, makes an appearance. And you could sort of see, as something has happened, that Reaper is really surprised by what has unfolded. And he's like, all right. And I'm not a big person for massive changes quick. I want to see a subtle growth. But that's the way I see it. Sebastian sees himself as just a mid-level demon, always trying to prove himself, always trying to have to do more, have to work. And, that's generally like we are.
Mm-hmm.
And all the ones around him always see him as something off to the side, a go-getter,
Yeah.
a busybody.
Lucifer's bitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Abaddon's bitch.
Right. Yeah.
But she shows favor to him because she knows more to the story, I think, than she lets on.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But I can't give away too much with him, because if I do, I won't be able to flesh it out in the next book.
Right. Yeah.
So I think this second book is going to have a big growth. It's going to put him right on the brink of, if he steps too far to the left, he's going to be evil. If he steps too far to the right, he's going to be too good.
Yeah.
He's working there. He doesn't know what he is. He knows that changes are coming, I think, for him.
He's got to stick to that fine line, the Mandalorian line.
This is the way.
This is the way. Another callback.
This is the way.
So, Brian, I hope that answered your question. That was a very, we had to think severely.
It was a very good question, especially when I read it and I was like, then Bradley was talking about it. I was like, of course, I've had to work the last couple of nights, and I was like, maybe I did read that wrong.
No, I think I read it wrong.
but yeah, I mean, that's a very good question. It helps you understand the characters a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I said, we drop in on Sebastian. He's already made it sort of a name. Not a major name, but he's made an imprint with Abaddon and Lucifer, because he does work for them, and they do know and trust that he can get the job done.
Yeah.
So that's why they give him this Lucifer's contract in this new book. It's a big contract with a lot of stipulations to it.
Yeah, and because that particular contract was it needed one of the best to complete it.
Yeah.
Yes, because if it didn't happen, then catastrophe was going to unfold.
Yeah, and that's a different.
Yeah.
This question can lead down them rabbit holes that we talk about. Get too far off the topic, but yeah, I really enjoy that question. I mean, please send more. Please send more, and it don't matter what it's about. It can be about mine and Bradley's tattoos, his Mandalorian outfit, which we're going to talk about that in just a second.
Yeah.
But
the flight suit is freaking huge, though. That's what gets me. It was recommended. might as well just jump into the cosplay topic, but because I looked up on, of course, Google on proper ways to create a Mandalorian outfit, and it said you needed a flat suit. I was like, cool, I'll take a flat suit. Got on Amazon, and of course I don't know my measurements at all. I wear an extra large shirt because it's comfortable, and you don't need to know my pant size. But it said recommended for you these dimensions on this flat suit. I was like, oh, okay, well, if considering what I actually do order on Amazon fits pretty well, sure, I'll take that recommendation. Hell no, I could fit 2 of me in this thing.
I could probably crawl down the back.
You really could. I'm like, I need somebody to like tailor this and get it more fitting, because like I have so much scrotal zonage, like
It's
leeway.
Okay. Not to give out too much information. For anybody that's played Little League sports, okay, I played Little League baseball. Little League. Okay?
I did too.
Now, when you're all excited and they say you have to have a cup to go play Little League baseball, or you can't play.
Yeah.
And you go to Walmart and your mom and your dad's like, or your dad is like, here's yours. Small, U size. But you're like, I am not a U size for Little League. I want the extra large cup. That is what we see here.
Yes.
But aside the point, if you had to define cosplay, Bradley, what would you define it as?
So, personal definition would be a way to incorporate your most favorable and admired characters of the world and bring them into you in order to, feel how they are, and why you admire them so much. You put on what they wear and you become them.
Yep.
Or, you're not exactly gonna match them. That's why after watching Loki, I started considering myself as variants of all these cosplays. It's like, oh, I'm a variant of Captain America. I'm I got a bigger gut and I'm a little more country, but I'm a variant, so it's okay. But yeah, cosplay, I define it as a way to embody your favorite characters of the creative world.
Yeah, it's a performance art.
Yeah.
I mean, to its basic rookie form, it is a performance art for like me anyway.
Right.
As rookie as I am. But yeah, I mean, it's like you said, it just being able to embody your character.
Yeah.
My first one was Deadpool. And it just a spandex outfit that I'd ordered.
It was fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, it's as basic as you can get.
Yeah.
I ordered, actually I went to Walmart and I bought soccer shin guards.
I did that with my Star-Lord.
Yeah, and spray painted them maroon.
Spray painted them black.
Yeah, and I got the black boots. Then I got, it came together really well. And of course, we walked the parade a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
we rode on the float one year, and then the first year we ever done it, I ran behind the truck trying to catch up to.
He couldn't see his Star-Lord.
My goggles, because it had the red light that like Star-Lord has, but it kept fogging up, so it was so cold and I couldn't see. I even ran into his daughter that was dressed up as Spider-Man in front of me, and I felt so bad.
We've almost done the Watermelon Festival every year now.
I've had to work it.
You had to.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do it last year, I don't think.
No, last year we did
your book stand.
Yeah,
that is right.
Yeah, because the year before that I was going to do it, but my boss made me work, and I actually saw you walking around as Spider-Man throwing candy out. Yep.
What characters do you cosplay?
So, let's go down the list. All right, so if I want to get very technical, the very first one I ever done was Superman, because I wore that Halloween costume every year for almost 10 years. It was a Brandon Routh type looking Superman costume, had the foam muscles and everything. I think I've got that costume stashed away. But the actual ones that I do is Star-Lord, Captain America, Batman, Thor, Mandalorian, which I'm fixing to make it my own. I'm thinking about making that helmet more black than gray and becoming a Mandalorian instead of the Mandalorian, because I've already got black armor, and apparently black armor on a Mandalorian means justice.
Oh, really?
Gray means lost loved one.
Okay.
I've read that this morning.
It popped up on my
Facebook. Yeah. I also cosplay characters from my book. I did Reaper. I've done Atlas from Zed's.
That one's been a while back, hasn't it?
Yeah. I've done my character Bradley from the Tales from Quillandia, because we use our actual names in those anthologies. And then I created one. His name was Sorry. He was a time traveler that kept screwing up the timelines. There's one named Graham who was manic, kind of like the Joker, but instead of having face paint, he has a mask that's got a big smiley face on it. And I had this one that was kind of robotic, as cyborgish, but the mask, it had like a little screw that just kept poking me right here, so I quit using that one. And Crowan, my elf cleric from D&D. Those are the main ones that I've done.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yep. That's pretty good. All right, for my list.
Yes.
I got Deadpool. I got Sebastian. And I got Spider-Man.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it?
That's it. That's it. I was sitting
Damn
here,
it!
I sat here searching the list. But yet, no, it's Deadpool and Sebastian. Yeah, Spider-Man. Just back before TikTok started expanding its times and video times and everything, I think you could do 15-second clips.
Yep.
Or 10-second clips.
It
was short. I mean, you
15
had
to 30 seconds.
15 to 30. They only allowed me 15.
Yeah.
I hadn't had enough followers or something like that. And I would make like 10-second clips of.
There we go. Whew.
It is working.
Oh my gosh. Blooper reels.
It definitely went dead solid.
It did. Now you get Grogu to stand still. Come on, buddy. Stay. This is not my week. You know what? I'm just gonna hold him. Okay. Sorry. We're back. Daggone it.
Back again.
JD's back.
Good.
Tell Grogu. Oh my. Alright, where were we?
Just to get a different one to going.
Yeah. Shit.
I guess this is a twofold question. Have you found any downside to cosplaying? Now,
Yes.
I would bet it's going to be the same answer I give too, and probably anybody else has done it.
So, the biggest downsides I think I've got either 2 or 3 reasons. First reason, I don't have enough money to get all the crap that I need. Number 2,
Agreed.
I can't make my own stuff because I'm not that talented.
Need a 3D printer.
Yes, a 3D printer would be great.
Yep.
And another downside is it takes so dang long to change outfits.
Yes. Well, granted, mine like
Yours
3
is
feet. And mine's like I zip up the back, put my spider boots on, my helmet, and
Yeah.
my backpack.
But yeah, the biggest downfall, because I love doing it. It's very creative and it helps me escape. But the biggest downfall is I cannot get everything that I want to create the cosplays that I would love to create or wear.
Yeah.
That's the biggest downfall for me.
That's similar. Of course, mine's pretty simple. The ones I picked out. But it for Sebastian's, it takes forever. I've got a set of black contacts. They're not full blackouts, but it's the big ones.
Yeah.
Because his eyes change in the book, so.
Yeah.
But, okay. It takes me 30 minutes per eye to put the daggone things in.
It takes so dang long.
It takes so. But as far as downfall from it, the counter to that, I love, like the parade we was talking about.
Yeah.
Oh man, if you've ever done any type of cosplay, whether it's Captain America, Star-Lord, Spider-Man, Deadpool, the kids love it.
They do. We've done birthday parties.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yes.
And they just love it.
It was fantastic. And we have, kind of advertised it a little bit, especially when the big thing was going on. We were doing birthday shout outs with videos as the superheroes that we play, and kids loved it. It didn't matter if you looked exactly like them, but as long as you had some type of persona displaying the kind of character that they enjoyed, kids loved it. Yeah. And I would love to do more of that kind of thing.
Now, I will say that is very fun. My goodness, that takes time.
It does. And of course, when I did the first birthday party with you over at Old Glasgow Road, I was nervous. I've never done that before.
And what's so funny is when you're doing that and they're wanting to take you're trying to focus on the child.
Yeah.
And when you first get there, they're like, "Is this real?" Then you have to get in that mode. Even with pictures, even with a helmet or a mask on, I still smile.
Yep.
And you can't tell it. But I mean, we went to one, the same one we're talking about, and the little boy was really reserved.
Yes.
I mean, he wouldn't come forward, and I love being able to create, and you'll be the same way, the situation where it gets them to latch on to you.
Yeah.
When I say that, just to connect with you. As far as downfalls, I was at the Watermelon Festival one year, and I was walking through there, and you get this, and it's just because, and I'll say it like this, some people are so close-minded to things that they really miss the end game of it.
Yeah.
They really miss the why. They miss the why because they're so focused on being closed off. I got stopped coming through the Watermelon Festival by an older lady. And when I say older, she's probably in her 60s.
Yeah.
And she stopped me and...
Very seasoned.
Very seasoned. She approached it friendly like.
Yeah.
But she grabbed my arm right like this. She said, "Honey, why?" She says, "Why?" I'm like, "I do it for the kids." She says, and she missed that whole that part. I do it for the children. She goes, "Do you just like walking around like that?" And I said, "No." I said, my goal is to give these children something to smile about.
Right.
I mean, some know that you're not the real Spider-Man, or real Deadpool, or Captain America.
Right. Yeah.
But it's just, and like Bradley said, we do it not just as an escape, but just to give a little back. I mean,
right. Yeah. Bring a smile to a kid, or help someone else escape for a little while.
When we come into this is really getting whatever you want to call it. When we come into this, when we're born into this world, we have only so much energy.
Right.
And we get so carried away about wasting that energy on the negative parts of this world. I mean, we get focused on too much of the negative, and we lose. That's energy you're never going to get back. Yeah. That's time you're never going to get back. So I'm hoping that, as far as me, with these books and this cosplay, that it passes, just gives a little smile and gives somebody a good moment.
Yeah. And so bouncing off of that, this is going to be kind of just a little change of topic here, but where he was talking about wasting energy on the negative stuff. So I'm going to get just a tad religious just for a minute. I started going back to church, and the past couple Sundays, I've been praying a lot. and, conversating with Jesus and, just trying to find a balance within my mental state. Like, I'm not depressed. Don't get me wrong. I was confused about this entire way of the world. Like, why isn't this going on? Why is this not working out? Why am I struggling so much? And the past couple of Sundays that I went to church, I actually got my heart broke. And I didn't feel that since 10 years ago when I got baptized. Yeah. And so at this church that I basically just was visiting a lot with my mom, because this is where she goes, and now I am a member. I got voted in. But after that happened, a whole bunch of crap changed. Like, I don't hate work as much, even though it does suck. I still try and look on the bright side of it. If I make a video on TikTok or Clapper or Facebook Reels, if it only gets like 20 views and like 6 likes, it doesn't bother me anymore. I'm like, I did good. Some people liked it. Other people don't. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. That is perfectly fine. If I don't get famous off of it, I am still fine. But like he said, wasting the energy on all the negative stuff, on things that don't happen or can't happen or will not happen, but focusing on the things that you can make happen. You can see the brighter side of everything going around you, which is really hard to do not get me wrong, but you do have that option. And with what we do at them birthday parties, we try to make sure everybody can see the bright side of the world, because not everybody's so cynical or negative or hateful. We literally try to be the light in this extreme darkness that this world is cascaded in.
Good point.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, it is very much fun. It is. I mean, I by all means don't, when I put on my cosplay, I don't think I'm Deadpool.
Oh, dude, I do. I'm like, oh my God, it's Ryan Reynolds.
There's not many high buildings in Tompkinsville to swing from the Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can't fly off in rocket boots like Star-Lord.
Yeah, it'd be pretty neat.
It would be awesome. I tried to make.
I'd hate to troubleshoot that.
Yes. I'll just end up blowing off my ankle. Yeah. Ain't no big deal. But
you know what the average age of the average cosplayer starts cosplaying?
What's that?
21.
Really?
Yeah. That's
we're a little behind.
Yeah. I was as a decade too late.
Yeah, I was pretty close.
But the average cosplayer wears their first cosplay costume, not Halloween or something like that,
right,
at the age of 21. That's after the trick-or-treating age. That's after, believe it or not, that's after high school.
Yeah.
That's when you start getting more comfortable, as it's not comfortable. But that's when you're just starting to figure things out.
Yeah.
And that's the average cosplayer.
Yeah.
I've never been to a convention.
Me either, dude.
I do want to go.
Oh.
I think it'd be fun.
So, I'll go ahead and bring this up to you right now, and everybody else can hear this too. The library. I think I've mentioned to you before, get down. Now. I might have to start locking them up next. Anyways, our local library wants to do a cosplay hero thing. I think they mentioned it something about happening in May, so we got a month. But I think they want us to be a part of it.
Nice.
Either you be Spider-Man or Deadpool, whichever, and they want me to be Captain America, I think.
I think Spider-Man would be more appropriate for that one.
And they also wanted me to host a D&D game up there one Saturday.
Really? That's neat.
Yeah, they messaged me because a kid came up there. Apparently, he was, kind of, I think 17 years old maybe, and he wanted to try and play D&D. He's never played before, so they asked me if I could ask our group to actually just have a session up there.
Just for anybody that wants to. Mm-hmm. See, it leads into everything.
It does.
I mean, it's a very interesting subject, cosplaying. Yes,
it really is. So, the actual term cosplay comes from the term costume play. It involves dressing up and often embodying the personality of a character, like we talked about. So, do you actually see yourself in 10 years keeping cosplay as a hobby?
If my body allows it. Yeah, I do. I think it's like anything. It's like I love going to the gym.
Yeah. I wish I did.
But when I'm starting to get older, I'm starting to have to modify some of the things I do just to be able to stay with it. I think that's the way cosplay is going to be.
Yeah.
10 years from now, do I think I'll be doing Spider-Man? No. Probably not Spider-Man. Just because with the ages I'm getting into, no matter how good of a shape or that you try to stay in, your body's shape is going to change from a teenager to...
Yeah.
So, but from there, whether it's Sebastian...
Right.
Or just different, or even graduating into different ones. Even like, when you mentioned The Mandalorian,
mm-hmm.
I was like, that's a good idea. That is a very good idea. And because you'd have so much range of,
mm-hmm.
From the type of armor, from the Vesker, and stuff like that, it'd be fun. That one would be fun.
And so speaking about, growing older and figuring out more cosplays, awesome thing is, even though the cinematic universes are mostly focused on 30-year-old superheroes or ones that's just now coming of age, kind of like Miss Marvel, in comic books they have the older versions of all the superheroes. Like Kingdom Come is the best graphic novel I have ever read, and it's about the older version of Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Shazam, all of them. So we can honestly still keep that going.
Just add a little gray.
Yes, just a little. I mean, I'm already getting all the gray.
Yep.
So Mary literally pulled out a hair that long from my beard that was gray, and it was shiny.
They always say 2 comes back in this place.
I know. So I'm about to be salt and pepper and bald.
I start saying I got stripes coming in.
We're going to look better with age. So
that's what we hope. I think the part of that is our eyesight gets worse. So I didn't wear mine today.
Well, by the time we get there, though, more than likely the government's going to have some type of technological advancement where we can put on goggles and see 2020, and everything will be at it. And you just tap it. You got your Facebook. Tap it. You got your phone calls.
It'd be like our parents now trying to get up with the iPhones.
Yeah. What's this button do? Where'd my photos go?
Girls be saying, "No, you just erased. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You just messaged."
It'd be like that one commercial where them seasoned ladies were trying to figure out Facebook, and the woman asked to say, "Why didn't you add me on Facebook? I don't see no pictures on your wall or nothing." She turns around, she looks, and there's all kinds of photos on her actual wall. She said, "Right here, this is my wall."
I have seen it.
That's how we're going to be.
It's a commercial, isn't it?
Yes.
I love it.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So, what kind of cosplay do you consider yourself?
These damn questions. No. What do you mean? What kind?
So there's like all different types out there.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Like the ones that can, of course, make their own crap. I'll put it this way: do you prefer to go with pre-made costumes, or trying to figure out, kind of like how you did with Sebastian, create your own element?
Both. You feel good because when you create a character, a cosplay, a costume character, and you finally get it refined.
Yes.
And you're like, nice.
Yes.
I mean, you're proud of the creation because it's not you playing it.
It's you.
It's you
Yes.
as another person, as another being, or as you could say. But I think a little both. I mean, it's some people around here. What I like doing about like the Spider-Man is that it touches the kids around here,
right,
with the parades and stuff like that. Now, when it comes to me, what I personally like doing, of course, we did a few videos with Deadpool and stuff like that.
That was fantastic.
But,
during the
what we won't say.
Yeah. During the downtime.
during the downtime. But yeah, we had shot a few videos back and forth, and that was really fun.
That was fantastic.
And we'd even started it with Sebastian and Reaper.
Yep.
And
Oh man.
yeah, I like the Sebastian part because it is you see the fulfillment of what you've seen in your mind.
Yeah.
And you put it out into the world. You put it on paper, I guess you could say. What about you? Same
I agree.
You
I
agree?
am with it 100% because, like I said, I love my Captain America uniform. I wish it fit a little better, but I love that. I loved my Thor Ragnarok that I got back there. My makeshift Star Lord because I got the actual shirt. I got a leather jacket that kind of looks like his, but kind of like this right here. The only actual Mandalorian thing about this is the helmet. This right here is airsoft armor. And
It works though.
it really does. And instead of having the long, kind of like cape thing that the Mandalorian has, I've got one of these things. I can't remember what it's called. But you wrap it around your head, you tie it, and then you put it back on your neck, kind of like what mercenaries wear when they're going to war. And of course, this flight suit. But yeah, I'm like that. I love them both. Like, if I can create an original, it's awesome. But if I can, kind of like how I've got Batman back there, if I can just put on that suit and cheer up some kids during Halloween like I did last year and the year before, love that too. There was one cosplay I did not mention that I also do, and that's the Horseman War.
I remember it.
I forgot about him. Yes. Had 4 people all together. One was death, I was war, had a pestilence, and a famine.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I remember that. That's pretty interesting because it applies to that kind of theory of the books and stuff in that universe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I really enjoy the cosplay part. It is a lot of work, though. I will say that. Even when I use Spider-Man, when we go to a birthday party, my memory's not that good. I had to make sure I remember these children's names.
I never.
So,
Never. I was like, hey, buddy.
yeah.
What's up, dude?
And what's about Spider-Man is because the way they see him now is he's quite a bit younger than me.
Yeah.
So when around these kids, your energy has to
Shift.
Yes. I mean, it is a 360 sometimes. I mean,
Yeah.
But the good thing about it is it pulls. You can be in a slump or something, and you can do this, and it'll pull you out of it.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Like going back into them negative thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, it's just. That's why we do it.
Yeah.
This is the way.
This is the way.
We'll both sit here one day in Mandalorian armor.
We will. Oh my, dude. Let's do it. I'm all for it. Let's do it.
That's a pretty cool thought.
I'll send you a list of the colors and what they mean, if I can find it again.
So
I'm pretty sure I can just Google it. But yeah,
that's pretty neat.
if I'm not a good painter though, so I'm kind of afraid to try and paint that helmet.
Well, none of them's perfect.
No.
The only one that's clean is Mando's.
Right, and his
it
is
just-
very shiny.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll like do some like black strips. That way it'll still kind of like be an in between. Like Lost of a Load One is also Justice. Kind of like put them both together. Load One got killed. Now I'm seeking justice. This is the way.
Again, that's a very good series, and it all applies to the cosplay part.
Yes.
I mean, just like readily to state it, it just at first he's even doing the Mando one, the one that's on the series. But
Yeah.
Then you got thinking about it and be a Mandalorian.
Yes.
Make your own version of it, which is pretty neat because that's another thing about the show, of which with all these heroes and whatnot that you get to choose to be cosplayed from, that is one thing that it can be your creation.
Yes.
I guess the community would be the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Because it is a belief on the shows, but the person that you create is 100% you.
Right.
I mean,
because Mandalore is its own planet. They have their own creed. And, there's a bunch of Mandalorians everywhere. Boba Fett's a Mandalorian.
Different factions.
Yes. So you, like Alan just said, you can create your own Mandalorian. You don't have to be the Mandalorian, as opposed to the show. You can be a Mandalorian. And of course, you can always incorporate Grogu no matter who you are.
Yeah, you just pass him.
'Cause
it takes a community to raise one.
That's right. And if he becomes a Mandalorian, oh my God.
Can you imagine a little helmet?
His ears would have to be poking out the sides of it. It'd just be kind of like one of them, like this.
And it just, all you see is ears like
Yes.
bicycle helmet coming out with the people's hair.
Yes, that would be fantastic. You know what? If I had the ability, I would make him a Mando suit. But I don't.
Put his little armor a day.
Yes. So, if you're listening and you can make my Grogu a Mando suit, please do it. Send it my way. Hit me up on careersdementia@gmail and I will send you my address.
That was too good.
How fantastic would that be? I'd carry him everywhere.
Take him to work with you.
I would. I wouldn't care. They'd be like, Bradley, what are you doing? You're building pallets, man. I'd be like, this is the way.
And it'd be like, you need some time off, man.
So are you drunk? A little bit. So I'm gonna ask you this. There's not really a proper answer, but there is a most noted answer for this question. What do you think is the number one rule of being a cosplayer?
That's like the golden rule. I mean, respect your fellow cosplayers. I
That's
mean,
right.
that's, because I think I know where you're going with this. Because some of these outfits that you get, that you make, they can be revealing, and not just a way as genitals or anything like that,
Right.
but just your body shape and style. And
Yeah.
the great thing about cosplay, if you watch these conventions, you have everybody there, and it don't matter.
All kinds of variants.
Yeah, and it just, whether it's just different style, just the golden rule, man.
Right.
I mean, just respect your fellow cosplayers, and just,
Yes.
the world's so full of shaming one another, trying to make the other person feel better because they're got doubt.
Right.
Leave that. No.
No.
That's
The
uncool.
yeah.
That's uncool, guys.
Right. Yeah. I mean, don't do it.
That's not the way.
Yeah. We're putting that in the creed. Yes.
Yeah, that's me. I think it's just respecting
Yeah.
the other ones that's doing it, because none of these are set. Nowhere does it say if you're a costume player that your Spider-Man has to be like the current Spider-Man.
Right.
It can be yours. There is no trademark on what you create in
Right.
costume
Right.
cosplay.
Yes.
Like, there's no trademark on my Sebastian. I can change. I can whatever I need to do, and I respect that everybody's creation they create. I mean, it's
Right.
part of their mind.
Yes.
Let it be.
That is
When
the
it
golden
comes-
rule.
Yeah, when it comes to cosplay.
Yes. Respect your fellow cosplayers.
Yeah.
Respect your fellow creators.
And that's a big thing. The name of this podcast is Creators Dementia, and I think that's some of the things I've not been doing it as long as you have, by all means. But
He will though,
we're
because
getting
this
there.
is the way.
This is right. But after next week, we'll all sit here with helmets, and
You daggone right.
and you'll never see this podcast again without a helmet on.
We will begin with the helmet.
The only thing you'll see is her chin.
Yeah, when we pull
Rock that.
it back.
But yeah,
Forget this face.
Just
Forget it. You'll never see it again.
You'll see the tip of the beard. hanging
Yes.
out.
I got to trim mine.
So
But yes, golden rule: respect other cosplayers.
yeah, I mean,
Do not judge.
just have fun. That's what
Yes.
it's about.
Even if one walks up in there where their costume might just be a little too small, and you can see every nook, cranny, and crevice. Who cares? They're having fun. They're enjoying themselves. Let it be. Live and let live.
Yeah, I mean, it's something. I seen a video the other day where a guy had made an Iron Man costume, And he said it took him like 2 years to.
I think I've seen that.
And man, that is great. I mean, but if you was to stand my Deadpool against that, it'd be like elementary and college.
Yeah.
And some people would look at that and say, "Why are you here?
Right.
You shouldn't do that." And you were like, "Hey, let me give you some tips." Or
Right.
easy, hell, just say, "Cool costume.
Yeah.
Nice to be here."
And do not have that mindset either. Do not look at yourself and be like, why am I here? My costume ain't good enough. No, your costume is good enough. It's good enough for you, and that's all that matters.
It's your creation.
Like, you have no idea what person might be standing in the distance and just too afraid to come and talk to you because your costume is so elevated, even though, you know, maybe it only took you 6 months to put together, you know, and you're standing next to someone, like Alan said, who took 2 years. But somebody could just literally look at you and be like, that is the best costume I have ever seen. I am so in love. Keep that in mind. You are meant to be there. That is your baby, your project. Do not mistake that for any negative thought that may pop in your head.
Exactly. When talking about that, for the last year or so, I've been able to help the swim team, and the way I'm going to say this applies to cosplay. It should apply to everything, but they have got some great coaches. I am not a coach. I'm a speed and agility, athletic, strength trainer for the swim team. One thing I tell the kids when we're getting there is that it's not about the workout. It's not 100% about the workout you do, which that's why you're there. Mm-hmm. Let me say it this way. It's not about the workout I create for them. Mm-hmm. Okay? I can create the best, most awesome workout, and I can just see so much strength growth in them. But if the environment I create around them, around our team, if it's a negative environment, if it's one that has no growth, that allows them to shame one another, or just too much bullying or anything like that, then what's it about?
Right.
I mean, no matter what you put into it, no matter how much of yourself is into that moment, into that costume, if the environment you create around it is negative, that's all you're going to be remembered for.
Yep.
That's it. The only thing you have control over once you put your costume on is your attitude.
Yep.
That's the only thing how you interact with the people around you.
Yep.
That's all you have control of. And in my opinion, that's all I have control
of. That is 100% true.
Yeah, I don't have the ability to shoot webs, so I can't control that.
Right.
I shoot silly string.
Yeah. I mean, if your costume rips a little bit while you're doing a birthday party or going to a convention, you had no control over that.
Yeah, just put your hand over it.
Shit happens. But you do have the control of the outlook you have on yourself while you are performing in your costume. So yes, another golden rule. Respect yourself.
Respect yourself, and respect your environment.
Yes.
Just create a positive environment.
Yes,
that's why I cosplay. That's Bradley got me into it. So it triggered a spark, and it's like that's a pretty good disconnect.
Yes, but
just because I put on a helmet doesn't turn me into an asshole. Excuse my language, a beehole. But
asshole.
But because I still have that attitude, that environment that's around me.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to maintain that sometimes. But if you do, and you see the people around you enjoying it, it reflects back into you, and you're able to just have fun.
Right.
I mean,
and
that's what it means to me.
Right. And call back to a episode I made a long time ago. Well, not too long ago, but whatever. That's the cookie factor. Some of you might know what I'm talking about. Cookie factor is what you can bring to the table and why people want you around. Attitude plays an important part in that. If all your friends are going to a convention, and even though your costume may not be the best made materials, they want you there because, one, you are their friend, hopefully. But two, you also bring something to the table that would be missing if they didn't invite you, like positive energy, charisma, just things that make them enjoy life a little bit more. if you didn't show up, they wouldn't enjoy it as much.
This may make it a little easier. Do you think actors, like on the big screen, are cosplayers?
Oh, definitely. Even though acting is their considered their profession, every actor, unless it's a documentary, which most of the time if it's a documentary they're not actors, but
Yeah,
they're all cosplayers. I mean, Chris Pratt, Star-Lord cosplayer, also Jurassic Park cosplayer, and he was an astronaut and Parks and Rec. He played the dummy. But Andy Dwyer was also mostly full of positive attitude and brought a whole different aura to the Parks and Rec department. Be like Andy, just a little smarter. But yes, every actor is a cosplayer because they are portraying a character that they have devoted themselves to, that hopefully they actually like, and bring it to life.
Yep, agreed. That is the way.
That is the way.
I was going to get tired of that for a second.
Disney Plus. Sponsor. No.
Or wouldn't that be nice?
It would be. I wouldn't work at the pallet mill ever again. So going back kind of to the golden rule. If someone told you that they hated your cosplay, what would you do?
Still wear it.
Right.
I mean, be honest, man. I mean, these people don't like me as a person. I'm not going to change who I am, unless it's a flaw in myself. But as far as my costume, no, Spider-Man's not for everybody. Everybody that reads my book's not going to like Sebastian.
Right.
And some people think Deadpool's too raw.
Yeah.
And the one I do is rated. It's PG-13.
Yeah.
But no, I still do it because it's not going to appeal to everybody.
Yeah.
What about you?
I would honestly, I would laugh, and then I'd look at him and be like, "Well, I love yours," and then I'd walk away.
That'd be a good one.
Be like, "Man, your Mandalorian just sucks. Why would you wear that?" Be like, well, "Your costume is awesome. I appreciate the feedback," and I'd walk away. Then that'd literally leave them like, "What?"
Yeah.
I will do the golden rule. If you don't, I'm not going to respond to you. I'm going to walk away.
Just walk away. That's the best thing to do. Just turn away.
Yep. Because my life is my life, and I only have to please myself.
Yep. It doesn't matter.
Right.
But it shouldn't matter.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
Like I said, it's all congruent with that environment you create.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be people you come across, whether it's cosplay or just out there, that no matter what you do, you're not going to be able to please them.
No.
I mean, you're not going to be able to make everybody happy.
No.
And I'm not happy with everybody I see.
Right.
I mean, be honest with you.
I mean, that's human nature.
Yeah.
We don't have to like people. We have to love them.
Yeah.
And that's a big difference.
Very big.
It's like, I love everybody in the world, even the ones I haven't met, but there's a lot of them out there I don't want to be around. I don't like them at all. I think that was all the notes I actually had.
Yeah. Like I said, that first question was you could have made a whole episode, a whole cast out of it.
Oh, there
that
it was. Okay, so I'll ask you this one though. What one cosplay, if you actually had like unlimited funds or unlimited anything, which cosplay would you want to have the most?
That I could completely flesh out.
Yes.
Doctor Strange. His is all about the outfit.
Yes.
And you couldn't do a cheap outfit on him.
Mm-mm.
I mean, there's no way around it.
No.
But yeah, I think Doctor Strange. To get all the dings and whistles to make it look like you're actually doing magic and stuff.
Get the rings and the cloak that can possibly move by itself.
Everything.
You know better.
What about you?
Yeah, I didn't even think of my answer. Honestly, it would be just one that I could You know?
I don't know now, since we've got to thinking about it, the Mandalorian.
That's exactly
Yeah.
this right here. If I could flesh this out a little bit more to where, like I said, my flight suit actually fit, and I actually had the armor that can go down my legs. And I was at Walmart a couple weeks back looking at belts to try and get the whole one here and one through here.
Yeah.
The biggest one they had was a 55-inch, but you know it. Going across your chest, it stops here. It doesn't go down to your waist. So what's the point? I couldn't put two together. I was like, dang it.
You have to go big and tall store.
That, or literally have to figure out someone who would do some leather straps for me.
I'm telling you. Yeah. I can see it.
Yeah.
Make your own version of it.
Yes. I mean, it kind of started, but I don't have all the essentials to complete it.
Remember the Road Warrior wrestlers?
Mm-hmm.
You could get a chest
Animal.
guard like them.
The football pads?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There you go. Just take the padding out of them and you got the round shoulders.
Yeah. Yeah. That is true. I need the belt. Any of y'all got a belt? One that'll go here and then around the waist?
A big
Grogu.
damn belt.
Here you go, Grogu. Oh. Oh, wait. I totally forgot he done that.
That's cute.
Well, anything else?
I can't. I think that's a good closure right there.
Yeah, there we go. So,
Don't forget, check out his merchandise.
oh yeah, keep forgetting about that. Redbubble.com/people/Demented Creator. And now that we're going to have a new logo, I'm going to put that on the store too. Grogu loves it.
You should too.
See? Yeah.
But check it out. It's a heck of a neat yogurt.
I love yogurt. I got some yogurt in the fridge.
Logo for this new season 4.
Like, I love, like, I like creating my own logos, but this one won't ever go away. I'm not going to change this new one. Like, it suits this podcast so much. It is ridiculous. I couldn't have created this one myself.
Should we tell them what we're thinking? What subject for next week is?
Go for it.
Dreams.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk too much about it into it right now because once you start, you can't stop.
Yeah.
But yeah, the next podcast is going to be dreams.
Yes.
You know.
And it's going to range from different ways of actually receiving this concept of dreams.
Yep.
So, and this, I'm telling this too, because it was actually a topic that was requested for discussion. His wife.
Oh yeah, Joni did.
Yeah, she requested us to talk about dreams. And we would have done it this time around. But after our last recording session, a couple days went by. I was like, all right, what are we going to talk about? And it was like, oh, well, what about cosplay? And then a day after that, it was like, oh, wait, Joni requested dreams. Well, now we got 2 episodes planned.
Yep.
So
yeah, it's going to be a fun one, I think.
it is.
It can get deep, then it cannot. It can be
Yes.
silly because I've got. Anyway,
Yeah.
Come back next week.
It's going
to obtain demons, Godzilla, talking in your sleep,
sleep paralysis,
sleep paralysis.
as well as dreams of the creative aspirational type.
Yes,
So,
and that's a whole different.
yeah.
I mean, anyway, that's
Yeah.
all next week. That's all next week.
That's all on the next episode.
But as far as cosplaying, give it a try.
Yes.
It's for some people. It's not. It's for me. I stay busy as far as my work and just little side projects I do.
Yeah.
But you gotta have some. You gotta have some one time.
Right.
I mean, and when I say one time, I mean, like I enjoy. Me and Bradley, we talk a lot about our books and about cosplay and just just bullshitting around. But that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You got to have that. Makes the world go around a lot smoother.
Yeah. No matter what, you need to take time out of every day to do something that you enjoy, whether it be listening to a song, writing a poem, dressing up for the hell of it, something. And cosplay is a good way to just feel something different.
Do it at home by yourself. It don't matter.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to have exposure.
No.
I started without exposure, and that's what got me to fall in love with cosplay. Then I was like, okay, I'm gonna broadcast this to everybody else. So,
But
yeah.
yeah. Thanks for watching it,
Yes.
listening on whichever app
Yes.
you're doing it on. I can't remember all of them. He sent me a list.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yes, Spotify, Amazon Music, Listen Notes. Pretty sure we're on Pandora. I think I actually applied for that and it got accepted. And of course YouTube, where you can watch us. Hidden Hollow Productions 1104, is that right? I don't remember. YouTube's weird.
When you look up Hidden Hollow Productions, that's what pops up.
You'll find us.
You'll find it.
Yeah, it's called Hidden Hollow Productions, not Critters Dementia on YouTube. Okay, podcast is called Critters Dementia on YouTube, but the channel is called Hidden Hollow Productions because it's more than just this podcast. I'm trying to expand more. I've got Dead by Daylight, like one video on there because I haven't played that much. Of course, I had the Dungeons and Dragons on there, but it's kind of stalled out. Just couldn't get everybody together really anymore. And I'm trying to get other people to possibly come in on it as well. Other gamers, other podcasters, if they will, stuff like that. Because Hidden Hollow Productions is a media company, not only focused on my projects like it has been. I want it to expand. That's my dream.
There you go.
That's my dream.
Never do that. Never stop.
No, as much as you would like to some days, just keep going.
There's this option too, whatever you think. I'm gonna put it after. For the ones that's listening, maybe the 6 or 7 that watches this,
That's right.
if you have a dream you'd like to share,
Yes.
send it.
Yeah, go ahead and send it.
And if it don't take like an hour and a half, like this is took to talk about cosplay, well, I'm sure Bradley it'd be up for reading it.
Oh yeah, of course. Like it's there's like if it's aspirational dreams, go ahead, send it. If it's a dream you're trying to interpret because you had it in the middle of the night and it freaked you out or you loved it, send it anyways.
Send it in.
Yeah, I mean,
Everybody sees dreams in a certain different way.
yeah, and it's going to be a fun topic.
Yeah, it is. I mean, just sitting here, you get excited.
Yeah.
Because it does interest me as well as about anything else.
It does.
I mean,
Yeah.
All right, that's
it.
That's it.
That is it. So thank you guys very much for tuning in, watching, listening, enjoying. Hope the lighting is better. From what I've seen on the small screen of the camera, it seems to look a little better. Hope you enjoyed the Mandalorian cosplay. His Slap Punisher cosplay. Because, I mean, seriously, he had a t-shirt on, I'm pretty sure in the comics, with just
What he had on?
with the symbol on it. So technically he's Punisher right now.
I got the tattoos back.
And got,
Put it out there.
we just do not have an arsenal on us right now.
No. But wife wouldn't let me bring it.
Question.
It's in the trunk.
Who would win between Mandalorian and Punisher? Send that to us as well.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But yes, thank you guys very much. God bless. Hope you have a great couple weeks till you see us again. Anything else you want to say?
Peace.
Demented Creators, plural, out.
Out.